Okay. Hi everyone, myself is Nistita. I'm going to explain the principle of operations of mobile phones. You know what is the meaning of mobile phones, right? You have already used this mobile phones and you are using the mobile phones to communicate, to text messages or WhatsApp, many things. Okay. Now let us study the basic concept of mobile phones. Before studying these, first thing is cellular system. We could call it as a cellular system or the mobile system, or it can be a networks. This cellular system is nothing but it is a communication network where the last link is wireless. Here we are going to use the wireless connections. Okay. Here a cellular system or the mobile system provides a standard telephone operation by a full duplex two-way radio at a remote locations. That is, at a particular location we are going to do the two-way connections or the two-way communication. Full duplex is nothing but it is an type of communication in which data can flow two ways at the same time. Okay, here the cellular system will provide the wireless connection to the PSTN. PSTN is nothing but a public switch telephone network from any user location within the radio range of the system. That is, within a circle they are going to with some of the radio range we are going to do the communications. Okay, next, the basic concept behind the cellular radio system is a, is that of rather than serving a given geographical area within a single transmitter or the receiver, the system divides the area into many small areas which are called as cells. Are you able to see this figure? This is nothing but a cells. Okay, here the each area or the each cellular system is divided. That is, the network is distributed over the land of or the large area individually, which is called as a cell. Okay, and the main use of the cellular system is that these cellular systems are higher in capacity and it is less transmission power, and also it is having the local interference. Okay, and here the typical cell will cover the several square kilometers. That is, the communication under the cell, it covers the several square kilometer, and also it contains a receiver, its own receiver, and a low power transmitter. That is, its cell will be having its own receiver, and also it contains the low power transmission. And next, coming to the size or the shape of the cell, these shells are in ideal hexagonal. Are you getting? The shape of the cell is hexagonal, which will be having a perfect over the square. Okay, and if you compare to the other shape, that is, if you are going to compare this hexagonal with respect to the triangle, this, if the cell is in hexagonal, it covers the entire area without any overlapping. That is, without any breaking of the communication, it covers. Okay, and also here the each and also you can see the cell may be in circular system or the geometrical or the geographical shapes. That means the cells can be in hexagonal, or it can be in circular, or it can have any other geometric shapes. Geometric shapes means it can be in a square, triangle, or any pentagonal, etc. Like this. Okay, and these areas may overlap and cells may be of different sizes. Cells can also overlap and also it can't overlap, and also the shape of the cell will be different. Sorry, size of the shell will be different. Okay, and next, coming to the basic of the cellular system. The basic cellular system consisting of three main types, that is the mobile station, base station, and the mobile switching networks. Listen here, inside the cell you will be having a mobile station and also the base station. Okay, whatever the information you are getting from the base station will be transmitted to the mobile switching center. Are you getting? The mobile switching center is also known as the mobile switching telephone office. Okay, where this MSCO controls the cells and provides the interface between the each cell and the main telephone office. Okay, and next if you go with the next other communication, that is each communication or the each mobile communication via radio. If you take via radio with one of the base station and may be handed off to any other base station throughout the duration of the call. That is, if you are taking any mobile phone communication communicates with via radio, there one base station can be handed off to the other base station throughout the duration of the call. And next, if you go, the each mobile stations consisting of a trans receiver, that is, it will be having a transmitter and also the receiver, an antenna and the control circuits. Okay, next, the base station consisting of several transmitters, receiver, which simultaneously handle full duplex communication. That is, if the base station is consisting of several transmitter and the receiver, each transmitter and the receiver will be having a two-way communication. Okay, and generally have a towers which supports the several transmitting and receiving antenna. Next, the mobile switching circuits, or before going to that, let us see the base station serves a bridge between all the mobile users in the cell and connects the simultaneous mobile calls via telephone line or the microwave link to the MSC. That is, after this transmitter and the receiver, which will be in a two-way communication, next the each base stations will be having a bridge like travels. That is, the communication will be in a bridge manner between all the mobile users in the cell. That is, mobile user is nothing but both the transmitter and the receiver. Okay, the MSC coordinates the activities of all the base stations and connects the entire cellular system to the PSTNs. That is, inside the cell you will be having the base station. Whatever the information you are getting from the base station will be traveled to the MSC. Finally, that information will be collected from the PSTN, that is public switched telephone network. And most of the cellular systems also provides a service known as roaming. You know what is the meaning of roaming, right? The cellular system operates in 800 to 900 megahertz range, and it can be a newer digital cellular, and it can also having a new digital cellular system which will be having a greater capacity. Some of the systems operate in 1.07 to 1.8 gigahertz. This is the basic concept of a principle of mobile phones, or the principle of operation of mobile phones. Like that, this is one type of the operation of mobile phone, that is the cellular telephone unit. Here you can see the 5 types. One is the control unit, logic unit, receiver, frequency synthesizer and the transmitter. Before this control unit, you will be having one major block, that is the radio unit. Okay, or the mobile phones. This is the block diagram of cellular mobile radio unit. Okay, here you can see the transmission. That is, if you give the input here, okay, it will go to the control unit where it will control the system. Then in the logic unit, you know what is the concept of the logic, right? And then finally it goes to the frequency synthesizer and also the receiver transmitter to the antenna. Okay, this is the concept of cellular telephone unit. Okay, next let us go to the optical fiber communication. What is the meaning of this optical fiber communication? This is nothing but this is the type of transmitter. This is the method of transmitting information from one place to another by sending a pulses of infrared light through the optical fiber. That is, it is also a type of communication where we are getting the information. Okay. Coming to this optical fiber communication, here the fiber optics deals with the transmission of light through the fibers of the glass plastic or other transparent material and works on the principle of total internal reflection. That means here the fiber optic deals with the transmission of light through the fiber of the glass, plastic or any other transparent materials. Okay, if you go with this, in an electronics communication, optical fibers are referred over the copper wires because they are extremely light, small, and can be accommodated in small space. Okay, by using these optical fibers, the number of signals that can be transmitted simultaneously to enhanced. Okay, and if you go with here, I've already told what is the meaning of optical communication. Optical communication is nothing but it pass the information from one place to another. Okay, in an optical region of electromagnetic spectrum, the transmission of information is carried out not by the frequency modulation of the carrier but by varying the intensity of the optical power, which will be called as optical communication. Okay, next let us go to the block diagram of optical fiber communication. These two are the block diagram with respect to the optical fiber communication. The first block is termed to be a basic communication system. Okay, here in a basic communication system, we are going to deal with the three basic elements. One is the optical transmitter, optical receiver, and the optical fiber cable or the fiber optical cable. That is the basic fiber optic transmission system consisting of three basic elements: optical transmitter, fiber optic cable, the optical receiver. Okay, here in this system you can see we are going to transmit the information. It's nothing but an input signal. Whatever the information which is collected inside that receiver, it's nothing but an output signal. Okay, next. The next is, this is the basic optical fiber communication. Here you can see A to D interference, P to I converter, light source, source to fiber interference, signal generator, fiber to light detector interface, light detector, I to V converter, A to D converter. Okay, next, the transmitter converter to an electric, that is the conversion of the transmitter is from an electrical analog or a digital signal into a corresponding an optical signal. That is, the transmitter converts an electrical analog or a digital signal into a corresponding optical signal. Okay, the source of the optical signal can be either a light emitter diode or a laser diode. Okay, next, see here, first thing is in an interference, the signal must be converted from analog to digital. Then it must be having voltage to current converter. Then it will be having a light source where we are going to get the LEDs. Okay, these light sources are fed to the source to fiber interface to get the fiber through the optical cable. Finally, it goes to the signal generator to get the number of the input signals. Okay, through the optical fiber cable, it fed to the fiber to the light detector interference. This is nothing but a receiver portions. These are the transmitter portion and these are the receiver portion. Once again, the replica, it will be reverse. Fiber to light detector inference. Once again, it go to the light detector, I to V converter and A to D interference. Okay, here it's nothing but the transmission medium is optical fiber communication system as an optical fiber cable. The cable consisting of one or more glass fibers which acts as a wavegates for the optical signal. The receiver converts the optical signal back into the replica of the original electrical signal. That is, you have transmitted the signal as replica. Okay, next, if you go with the advantage, before going to the advantage here, the detector, it can be having a PN type photodiode or avalanche type photodiode. Next, coming to the advantage, it's having a long distance transmission, large information capacity, small size and low weight, immunity to electrical interference, enhanced safety and increased signal security. Next, going to the application, it proves the efficiency and cost effective in public network, under the sea, used in public utility organization. That means the main aim of this communication is it transmit through the